Today on the Happi House, presented by Creative Kid Stuff, we've been invited by greatergood.org to visit a very inspiring project in Cambodia. But we're also taking a little time to sightsee. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Happi. I learned early on things are much easier with a little help. I also have a few tricks of my own to share. It's go time, people. Welcome to the Happi House, presented by Creative Kid Stuff. Welcome to the Happi House. We're in Cambodia, visiting organizations that benefit from greatergood.org and also spending time with Ponheary Ly, a woman with an amazing story. Each year, millions of tourists visit Cambodia to ride in a tuk-tuk, buy handcrafted souvenirs from the locals, and take in the magic of the temples of Angkor Wat.
Time for a tuk-tuk selfie.
We're in a tuk-tuk, and it's fantastic. I'm gonna get one of these to drive around the neighborhood.
I'll pick you up. Okay, I got the safety vehicle.
Little bumpy now. How was the tuk-tuk ride?
It was great. I actually want to travel tuk-tuk all the time. We took a journey outside the city to learn about how these baskets are made and see firsthand how the work is done. Greatergood.com is always looking for products that can be sourced from communities just like this, where then it adds to the financial stability of the area and provides work for people who might not otherwise have it. They're beautiful. They're so beautiful. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yep. It's hard to believe that all of the hard work that goes into this only costs about $1 a basket.
This temple used as the Buddhist temple. Because of that, we call Angkor Wat. Angkor Wat, that means the world or the city of the Buddhist monastery. But the original name of this Angkor Wat was Parama Vishnu Loka. That means the world of Vishnu. The king, he was Vishnuist.
Because the king died and the next king doesn't.
No, because
Complete the
to be the king, he had to be the best architect. And so he had to have his own temple design.
Right.
When he became king, he cannot have time to finish his father building. He had to show that he's also the best king.
Do you feel like Laura Croft from Tomb Raider?
Yes, I do. What's the purpose of a temple? Like, is it just a show? Like, what happened in this building?
They built a temple for worshiping.
Worship. Okay.
Yeah, because the temple is for the god. It's not for the people living in.
Oh, so people do. So that's my question. Do people come here to worship?
Yes.
They did, but
They
it's
did.
for the gods. It's
Yeah.
a symbol of appreciation for the gods.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if my watch is accurate and I actually get my steps in, because I'm pretty sure I've already done about 500 steps, literal steps.
For the king, when he came on the elephant back.
So this is the elephant special entrance. Yeah.
Imagine if you were king and queen and then sit on the elephant and step out from the elephant back. to the temple.
I need to get an elephant entrance built for my house. Our tour guide today is very special. Her name is Ponheary Ly, and she's no ordinary tour guide. We came to Cambodia with greatergood.org specifically to meet her and learn her story and life mission to help rebuild a country still trying to recover from a tragic past.
Her life story is obviously a very compelling story of a human being's triumph over a lot of tragedy. So when she was a child, her father was a secondary school teacher. A lot of her aunts and uncles were educators, so she came from a family of teachers. Education was very important to her family. The day that the Khmer Rouge marched them out of the city and into the work camps, she was in the middle of the 7th grade. Some of them survived the genocide, some of the children. The father obviously didn't. He was eliminated for being an educated man. Ponheary, because of the fact that there were no teachers left in the country, when the Vietnamese were occupying Cambodia at that time, anybody who had a 7th grade education was sent to teacher training school for 3 months, and so she became a primary school teacher. It was her passion to be a teacher, and she felt like she was following in her father's footsteps by being a teacher. She was very proud to be a teacher. Later on, when she learned foreign languages and then became a tour guide, being a tour guide was only possible because she had learned these other languages. So again, education was a very important part of the family's escape from poverty. So she knows from very deep personal experience what education can bring. It's a ladder that goes into a deep well where you're at the bottom looking out and a way for you to climb out. Then her mission became, I need to go into these communities where the perpetrators of this genocide are and educate their children. If you go out and try to make some change over here, maybe that wouldn't ever happen again. Obviously she wants that. And there's a little piece in her very pure heart of just revenge to go into those communities where those old soldiers are and grab their children and bring them to school and just turn everything around on them during their lifetime. Gives her a great pleasure. A great pleasure.
The Ponheary Ly Foundation is helping close to 3,000 children in northern Cambodia. Their mission is to give children who are living in rural poverty access to quality education. They provide education, they nourish them, and they give them safe places to live. Coming up next on the Happi House, a cooking segment like nothing you've seen before. We're at Kake Primary School in Cambodia, and all of us are helping prepare a very large meal for the students. This isn't a meal that they get every day, it's a very special meal. As soon as we arrived, all of the students gathered to begin help unloading supplies and jump in on preparing this meal.
Making the meal with the students was great. Chopping cabbage. I chopped cabbage like I haven't chopped cabbage before.
I saw you chopping cabbage, girl.
I
have never made this much chicken in my life. This looks delicious and it smells amazing.
It could be a new fad, workout while cooking.
Yeah, I wonder if I'm getting my steps in.
This meal we call a special lunch
A special
for the
lunch.
children because every day they eat at home not very good. So when we can provide them some lunch per month for the good, will make them healthy.
Yes.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Very nice. Thank you. Oh, did you draw me this picture? Look at that beautiful picture. Nice job. When you take on a new school, Tell me about the process. What's the very first thing you do when you get there?
Well, we'll use the example of the school that we started in Kokay, where you went, up in the north. We arrived there and went into the community to do an assessment of how many children are in the village, because enrolled in school they had only 38 children enrolled in school. So we want to see how many children are in this village.
I saw more than 38 children in that school.
During the process of that assessment, it came clear to us that a lot of the children were deeply unwell. There was a lot of tuberculosis in the village. A lot of the kids had malaria. You know, if you're completely malnourished and you don't have an immune system, then anything that comes your way just lays you out. And that was the first time we'd really encountered that. And it almost made us kind of stop for a moment and think about how can we take on all these sort of medical issues. We're an education NGO. There's medical problems here. What are we going to do about that? Ponheary told me that day when we were standing out in the schoolyard kind of pondering that question. I said, you know, I think we're about to fall in a hole here. And she said, yeah, we're going to fall in the hole that these 160 kids are in, but we can climb out any time. What about them? So, okay. So
You can't argue with her.
Can't argue with her at all. So the first 10 days or so, we asked all the kids to come to school, fed them a big breakfast, and then laid them up on their desks, and there was IVs thrown everywhere, and it looked like triage. Well, that's what it looked like. School didn't really start in earnest, I'd say, for about 3 months. And there was also some children that perished. There were 3 children that perished during that first 10-day thing, and they were kids that didn't come to school.
This looks lovely.
Reading is good for getting the knowledge.
Yes.
Yeah. Example for reading. My mom, she didn't know a lot about education. She went to school only 1 year for her life.
Okay.
You know. And then when she married to my father like reading for her and make her reading also.
Yes.
And after my father died, he was killed by the Khmerus, and then come back, my mom opened a bookshop. So because of that, I focus to the library.
Yes.
My personal idea, library is very important, like my mom's bookshop.
I agree with you. Let's see this.
Go up there.
Oh, it's so cheerful in here.
The one who like playing, they can play. We have the Lego, we have some game over there for them to
Yes.
play. And some students, they like reading.
So it's a book library, but also kind of a learning center with games
Exactly,
and
yes,
different things like that.
exactly,
It's
yeah.
really great.
Yeah.
I love it. It's important to make things cheerful and inviting, and it looks so fun in here. Backyard barbecue pit. Whole new idea for it. Lunch is served. It looks delicious. Are you hungry? All right. Enjoy your lunch.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. Yes.
Thank you.
Sometimes they want to take some to their family. So they eat and they see if we finish, they keep the rest for their mother. So since then, we don't cook only for them.
Right.
Cook a little bit extra so that they can bring home a little bit.
My favorite part about our trip to Cambodia and the Ponheary Ly Foundation was actually getting to meet Ponheary Ly herself. She's a genocide survivor, and her father was actually killed by a certain ethnic group that she now educates in her schools all around this region. And that, to me, has incredible impact throughout this community. She's an inspiration to me and all of us who got to know her here.
Are you leaving us, Brittany?
I don't want to go.
Are you hostage?
I don't have a choice. And I'm fine with that. I'm in love.
When a child finishes primary school, they are rewarded with a bike of their own. This is a reward, but it's also a necessity. Oftentimes, children would not be able to continue their secondary education without a bike to ride to school. After these messages, learn more about these girls, the future of Cambodia. Welcome back to the Happi House. We're going to learn about these girls behind me, the future of Cambodia, top students making a difference.
These are 56 girls that are from various districts inside Siem Reap province, and the place where they live, school ends at grade 9.
Okay.
So they can't finish high school in a lot of the places in the rural area. So these girls are all top of their class. So we're choosing one girl from each district, top of the class, and bringing them here.
So all these girls from different village, and then they didn't know each other before, but they get along with each other very well, you know.
They're their
said
own
that-
family.
They said that they don't know how to dispute with each other, but they know only how to tickle each other and play and laugh all the time. So all together, they like sisters here, and they are very disciplined.
Yeah.
I can tell you that.
Girls, is this your room? It's so clean. It's so clean. My daughter's room doesn't look like this. She's very messy.
Nationally, about 52%, I think last year, of everybody who took the national exam for grade 12 passed. Only about half.
In the
In the
country.
The storm, the last 3 years, consecutive years, 100% of the girls here passed the exam.
That's incredible.
The first 2 girls to ever go to engineering school at university in Cambodia came out of the storm 2 years ago. The girls here are fierce, highly motivated.
At Greater Good, we support their school package program, which supplies school children with uniforms, books, and also food for money. And so getting to see and meet a few of the students who received those packages was one of my favorite pieces.
I come from Koke and it's very far, maybe
Oh, is that where you've been? Yeah.
140
140
kilometers.
kilometers.
I just visited your school
Yeah.
yesterday. Yes, I love it there. Did you like going to school there?
Yes, before I didn't know everything. I don't know how to study computer, how to speak English. But when I come here and I study about it, I know it clearly before I live in countryside.
Your English is very good.
Thank you.
I understand you want to be a journalist, is
Yeah.
that right? How did you even know about that or dream about that?
Before, I didn't think about journalists, but when I come here and I see the world, I just want to do a journalist because journalists can get a lot of news from the world and inside to tell other people about the happens problem in the social.
Hold on, I have a question for you. Take the camera. Come here, sit down. Okay, now you interview her.
Yeah,
okay?
ask me a question.
Hello, Happy. How are you?
I am great, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And how is different between Cambodia and your country?
Oh, that's a long conversation. You know what's interesting actually is many things are the same. It really comes down to people caring for other people and communicating with other people, and that's the same. That's all the same. So there's a lot of differences, but it really comes down to just making a difference and and people caring for people.
Thank you for this answer.
Thank you for interviewing me. Yes,
on,
nice
hold on.
job.
Hold on. This is your first ever professional journalism job. You get paid.
Thank you.
Every one of those girls that you met at the dorm yesterday has an amazingly compelling story about what they have done to get their education. Inspiring, every single one of them. Yeah.
They really have to be focused and work for it. It's not going to just come to them.
No, it's a very difficult road that they've got to go down. And as they go down that road and meet success along the way, I think it empowers them to continue. And that's the thing that we constantly try to do, is serve up a lot of stuff that will help them be successful so that they can stand on that and have the power to push themselves through. Yeah.
That's great. Yeah. It's really great work that this foundation is doing.
Thank you. It's an honor to be doing it. Yeah.
That's our show for today. Thank you so much for joining us on the Happi House in Cambodia. See you next week.